Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for having us today. As he mentioned, we are Morgan and Helena, a team of 2 at Tourism. In the summer, we gained some summer students, so you will see them around town. And uniquely this year, we have also hired some event logistics people. So those are now City of Kenora staff, as you may have had some experience with Buck's crew and then Johnny Rainbow's crew. So we're coming out of COVID. We've had a lot of events happening last year as well as this year. Some highlights thus far is we did do our Glad You Were Here campaign. So that was attracting locals, seasonal residents, and visitors. It was just a kickoff to summer at the Discovery Center. We had some of our community groups. We had Lions Club there as one of them. And we also had our introduction of our new, what we call the Adirondack chair, or as you may be familiar with, is the Muskoka chair. So we invite all visitors to go and take a picture on that as they visit Kenora. It's just a little memory there. And that next day was the Spring Fling Market, and I'll let Helena chat about that.
So starting in actually as far back as 2017, we introduced the Spring Fling Market on the May long weekend because many people use the May long weekend to open up camp. And so inviting local and seasonal residents and visitors to come down to the Jarnell Contracting Pavilion to kick off summer with a market and hopefully stock up on plants, crafters, artisans, community groups, and some of our farmers market favorites.
The next thing that happened is a new event for downtown. It usually was held over by the Tall Pines, but it was Lake of the Woods Women's Walleye Tournament. They have grown huge in the last few years, and so now we host them downtown. Over 90 women's angling teams this year. What's unique about that is they do women's only, or they do have a driver with them category. What's great about that is the afternoon becomes a free event for you to come down with your family. The kids loved it. There was music. So great afternoon events, and we really like the ones where we can have everybody there. And then there was Celebrating Lake Life, which was another new one for us, and that was a partnership with LOUDSA, the Stewardship Association. They had some vendors, information booth, community partners, as well as Science North came and did some really great kids activations throughout the afternoon. So they're hoping to move forward with that one again. And also on that weekend was the first year that Pride was able to shut down Main Street and do their Pride Parade and then have festivities at the Muse grounds in between the museum and art gallery. Mm-hmm. After that was what I call Tourism Super Bowl, which is Kenora Canada Day. So this year we featured the specialty market. We also did the variety of entertainment. We had bouncy castles, we did free photo booth, free face painting, and we had some characters down there, which were Dora from, Dora the Explorer, Chase, and the Paw Patrol's Spider-Man. We did have the Kenora Scottish Pipe and Drum Band. Something we're looking for in the future is there's some great car clubs in Kenora, but some thoughts would be helpful for us is what else could we put in we don't call it a parade per se now, it's an entry, but if you ever have anybody who, wants to join something new or has some ideas for that, we're always open to new thoughts around Canada Day and the parade. Of course, there wasn't any fireworks this year due to the fire ban. So there will be an update as to our new date. We are hoping to do that within the summer, pending. But there was some entertainment over at Cottage Time. They celebrated their 1-year anniversary, so there was Stonehouse played there. Following Canada Day, always a busy week for us, was Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra, which I think some of you were at, featuring Laura Cotton. It was probably one of the better years, like I would say one of the record-breaking years. People were all the way to the back, which was nice for the free seating for that, to see everybody out and supporting the other tables. The next thing we were going to talk about is the Main Street markets. So amongst COVID, when restaurants as well as businesses were able to get a little bit of leeway to enter onto the street, we shut down Main Street again between 1st Street and 2nd Street and allowed businesses as well as regional vendors to come and vend on the Main Street. And so this year we had 2 dates. So we just had the July 8th market that hosted, again, characters like Captain America and
Wonder Woman, I was going to say Superwoman, Wonder Woman, and a kids zone, as well as many of our local businesses. There was tie-dyeing stations for kids and freezies and different handouts. And so that was a great turnout. And then we have another market on the 29th of July, and we're always looking for more community groups to join or different activations to come out onto Main Street and make that another great day. And we hope to have, again, local music, kids entertainment, and get more community spirit, because it is in partnership with the Chamber of Commerce and Harbortown Biz, as well as starting in June 14th and running until October 4th, we have the Matejewski Farmers Market, which is a majority of my workload. And so every Wednesday, this is our 18th year to have the Matejewski Farmers Market underneath the Charnow Contracting Pavilion, with regional meat, produce, artisans, crafters, as well as hosting community groups. And again, sometimes there is additional activations, including being followed by the concert series. And coming up this weekend, we have sort of a triple threat of, there is a private music event on the Friday night, and then Arts Fest will be the morning of Saturday the 15th, and Beer on the Pier will be the afternoon of July 15th. And so Arts Fest is on the Muse grounds. This is their second year there. And so they'll have entertainment, again, local artisans, some demonstrations and workshops. I know that there's to be an Indigenous regalia fashion show, and then people can make their way down to the Matheson Pier for Beer on the Pier with live music, beer gardens, and possibly other entertainment there too. And finally, in my little blurb, is in a few weeks, on the 30th of July, is the Coney Island Music Festival. And that is, I think, the 15th year of that free music event on Coney Island. There'll be shuttles going to and from Coney. People have paddled out in different forms, and there will be both the main stage entertainment as well as the side stage. LOAC is doing face painting, and other vendors, of course, are welcome to be there for community interaction.
Nice. Helena touched on the Kenora concert series. Stephen and his troupe are back for 4. There's already been 1 this year. They will be happening every Wednesday at 7 under the tent in July. And next one is Conga Jam on the 12th. July 19th is going to be Pat Brett. That's always a good one. And July 26th will be Jackson Klippenstein. All free. One thing for anyone who has some little people, on Sunday, July 16th, there's going to be a free laser tag under the tent from 12 to 6 p.m. So that will be free for anybody in the community. Just a little Sunday activation. But some other things we are hosting under the tent this year is the Bronzeback Classic. That's new for us. They've grown a bit as well, so they'll be joining us. And Harborfest is their 30th anniversary. A little bit different this year. They are doing the all ages, so there'll be the 1 night of music, but 2 days of activities and stuff for the kids the Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are on sale now, and the headliner is Grapes of Wrath. They also have Stonehouse, Northern Royals, and Shadow Junction. Again, with the little people, there is this Al Simmons show. What's nice about that is your wristband is not only going to get you into the Al Simmons show, but you will be able to go to the bouncy castles in the South Lot. So please pass that on. So it is a pretty good price point for $20. Of course, we have Kenora Bass International. They are having Shred Kelly again for their Saturday entertainment, which is always a great show and a good ticket price. So please forward that on. And then we will be having the Rowing Club Banquets and Awards in the end of August, which is a private event, but a really great one for the city of Kenora and our newly reestablished Rowing Club. Over at the Rowing Club as well, as you may have seen, Mosswood Adventures has expanded, and they are doing the water bikes this year. Really cool. So check that one out. One thing I forgot to mention about this year's Canada Day that I really enjoyed and that we always try to track at Tourism is unique visitors, or visitors that are coming for the day from outside Kenora. And we really saw a huge influx of them. New Canadians this year, as well as our visitors from Winnipeg. And a lot of that contributed to some bus tours that came to town that day. And I know I forwarded that on as far as future Rotary events. I really think that that could be helpful for the Lobster Fest. They had come one time during a Lobster Fest time, and they said, oh, we would totally be interested in buying tickets. So I have forwarded that on. If we want to have a further chat about it, I can make some connections, but I think they would really love to come to Kenora for the day and go to Lobster Fest. It's a unique thing.
And then one other thing that is going on in partnership with tourism is we'll be having our third Science Festival in mid-September. And that is already continuing the partnership of the 2 permanent exhibits we have at the Lake of the Woods Discovery Center, and will be evolving into the fact that we are expanding Science North's presence in Kenora with an expansion of the Lake of the Woods Discovery Center, hopefully by 2027 and 2028. And so Science North did their visitor experience and community engagement with the community in both Kenora and Thunder Bay and in between for their expansion project. And right now they're in the middle of their capital campaign, so you should be seeing them do more presentation about how possibly the Rotary and other community members and community groups can be part of the expansion project and making us the gateway to the West and having a science center between Sudbury and Saskatchewan, hopefully in Kenora. Well, and then this past weekend was the Kenora Walleye Open, and they utilized our dock at the Discovery Center.
Okay.
Yes.
So with the women's tournament, you said some come with a driver?
Yeah, it's unique how they
Is he
do
there
it.
to bait the hooks?
He is not able to do anything. He's the driver. Or it's a he or a she as a driver, whoever you would like. But no, they just did that for the sake of having a couple different categories. And I do mention that one because there's a lot of, as in any event, there's a lot of effort that goes into it. But it's really remarkable what we saw this year as far as attendees, what they were able to get together for the tournament, the prizes, and just all the volunteers that were excellent. And like they've gone from like 40 teams all the way to 90 in a really short amount of time. So it's quite impressive. And like I said, it's just great to bring out your whole family and have an afternoon. Oh yeah, I would say I thought we had pretty good traction on our last Main Street market. And as you mentioned, like it's traffic all the time now. We're tracking, I think even just the other day, we had over 100 in our downtown office for our tallies. So that's just people coming in, not even just coming to the city. So.
And then, I mean, at the market, I had people going, I have a friend who works at TD, and she said people were coming in there from locally as well as out of town saying, this is the best market we've seen across Canada, or all the markets that we've attended. I know. And so, I mean, we're seeing a lot more people downtown and through our Discovery Center. I think that we had over 200 people on the May long weekend at the Discovery Center, and then my students were saying a few days ago there was 200 before noon. So tourism has always sort of run 2 campaigns. We have, and both of them serve our Come to Your Backyard, and that goes into Manitoba and is targeted at Manitobans coming to visit Kenora, as well as one that says head up north from the States to come visit Kenora. So I do, especially amongst COVID, when I had to shrink it down and make it an essential market for 2020. We still ran in 2020 with a majority of food vendors. So I did track sort of those that came from Kenora, those that came from Northwestern Ontario, those that came from Manitoba, as well as I have a few vendors from Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, some that come from Southern Ontario. It is. A lot.
Saskatchewan were lost, right?
No, that's more. So Maureen Roy has moccasins and more, and she comes once a month for at least the last 5 years.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.